Is communicating a problem in your relationship? If it is, maybe you should try a different way of communicating. In the beginning of my husband and I's relationship, when we get into an argument, he wanted time to cool down and to think about it and just to, have some space. And I, on the other hand, was more reserved with my feelings. And the only time I could really felt that I could express how I felt was when I was angry and upset in the moment, because I didn't hold back what I was feeling. So for us, we started setting a time that we could communicate. We were like, okay, we're going to communicate in an hour after the kids go to bed, at night, whatever it was, for whatever the situation was. And at the time, he could think about, his thoughts and emotions. And for me, it was easier for me to write them out. Now, sometimes I would write, this journal entry, I guess. And once I wrote it out, I was like, you know what? I feel like this was well thought out. It said everything that I felt I needed to say. And I would give it to him to read. And then he could have time to process it after reading and then come and talk to me. And other times in the midst of writing, it would clear my head and my thoughts. And I'm like, okay, wait, I now see where I was irrational, and I can see where I would come off as irrational in that, disagreement, and where I was wrong. And so in that case, I could go to him and I could, apologize for where I felt I was wrong. Or, we could sit down and we could talk about the areas where I was like, okay, I was wrong for this, but I also still feel this way. And that is just one example of different ways of communicating, because there is so many. But no matter how you choose to communicate, I think the biggest thing is, once you see where you are wrong in the argument, it is your job to apologize and take accountability for that. For my husband and I, we have a rule. We only apologize for the things we are actually sorry for. That way, when one of us apologizes, we know that it's sincere. So, for example, if I said something and I meant what I said, and I don't regret what I said, but I regret my execution of it. So maybe I was loud, maybe I threw something, maybe I, whatever it was that I did, I would say, I'm not sorry for what I said, but I'm sorry for how I said it. Or I'm sorry, that when I said it, I, used words that I shouldn't have. Because if I apologize for what I said, when I meant what I said, just not how I said it, that sends the wrong message. How do you communicate in your relationship? Does it work for you?